Clearly, the Chinese government has no small concern about the various populist revolutions that have broken out in the Middle East. I think they remember all too vividly what it was like to have their own main square, Tiananmen Square, occupied as it was in 1989 by young demonstrators with a democracy agenda. So this has precipitated, I think, a sense of real anxiety. On the other hand, I think their anxiety, while understandable, is not fully borne out by circumstances. In other words, I think most Chinese do feel that things are going pretty well in China, economically, at least to date. Obviously, there are some dissatisfied elements. So I don't think that there's the same level of cause for a populist uprising. But this has not done much to allay fears within the Chinese Communist Party that such a spark could light another prairie fire. So I think this has meant that whereas you've had these Twitter-led calls for these stroll-ins, and you've had a very substantial level of response by the security agencies in China. It suggests a concern and a wariness. And at the same time, we have Prime Minister Wen Jiabao having an internet sort of dialogue at the very time that one of these stroll-ins, 12 or 14 cities around China, had been summoned. I think suggests two things. One, that they're concerned, they want to distract people's attention at that time, and also a genuine concern to hear what people are saying, lest the top party leaders be unaware of the state of disaffection that may exist down at the bottom. So I think China at this point is incredibly interested in forging some sort of an ability for people to express their grievances in a way that might allow the party to diffuse them, lest it come to a head as it has throughout North Africa and the Middle East. So I think in summation, one would have to say that China is not the Middle East, but it has had a tradition of this sort of popular uprising, filling prominent, iconic squares. And it has learned, I think, bitterly from 1989 that from its perspective, the best policy is you don't let these things even begin. Don't let the tiniest scintilla of public disaffection to be expressed in these kind of very symbolic public places. So that's what we now see going on in China.